When you're lying in a hospital bed, scared, vulnerable, you put your life in the hands of someone in scrubs. But what if that person was a killer? This is the story of Charles Cullen, the nurse who may have murdered more than 400 patients. Without ever being caught for nearly 2 decades, it started in 1987, St. Barnabas Medical Center, New Jersey. Charles Cullen was quiet, professional, reliable. To his co-workers, he was a model nurse. But patients started dying, suddenly, without explanation, overdoses of a heart medication called digoxin. And the only common factor? Cullen. But instead of investigating him, the hospital let him resign. No police report. No public warning. Nothing. He simply moved on. To another hospital. And then another. And the deaths continued. When Charles Cullen was finally caught, he confessed to killing at least 40 people. But authorities believe the real number could be over 400. That would make him one of the most prolific serial killers in modern history. He claimed he was relieving suffering, that he was helping patients die peacefully. But many of his victims weren't terminal. Some were young. Some were getting better. Others? He said they were just difficult. This wasn't mercy. This was control. This was power. But here's what's even more terrifying. Charles Cullen didn't hide in the shadows. He wasn't clever. He wasn't careful. Hospitals saw the warning signs. Spikes in patient deaths. Cullen being present for nearly all of them. Missing medications. Strange dosage logs. But each time, instead of calling the police, they let him go quietly. Why? Because reporting him meant lawsuits, bad press, financial disaster. So they looked the other way and let him walk. One administrator later admitted it was a risk management decision. That silence may have cost hundreds of lives. Charles Cullen might still be killing if it weren't for Amy Loughran. She was a fellow nurse. At first, she considered him a friend, but she noticed strange things. Patients dying too fast. Medication logs that didn't make sense. She brought her concerns to police, and when they needed proof, she agreed to wear a wire. She met with Charles Cullen, knowing he might catch on, knowing he might turn violent, and she got his confession. Her courage finally stopped the killing. In 2006, Charles Cullen was sentenced to 11 life sentences. He will never walk free. He showed no emotion, no regret, just cold, flat statements. I thought people weren't suffering anymore, he said. But that's not mercy. That's murder. He was supposed to save lives. Instead, he ended them. Over and over again. Charles Cullen's story is more than just a chilling case. It's a lesson about misplaced trust, about institutional silence, and about monsters who don't lurk in shadows. They walk brightly, lit hospital halls, wearing scrubs, carrying syringes, and smiling.